we're going to move along to our second battle, which I will let y'all know right now. This is the battle that was unorthodox. Um, so full transparency here, he and Violence was not able to get their battle done this week because of life being life, and it's totally understandable.
Like,
So I offered to both Nevermore and to Teen Violence if Teen Violence would just like to get a substitute for their battle and then have them play that way. So full transparency, Teen Violence this week is me. I played for Teen Violence. What I did was I asked Bun to send me her team, and I just put that team in a showdown, and I did the battle with Nevermore. Um, I made
it
sure that
kind
both
of
teams. What?
looks like she kind of went in blind with that team.
I did go in blind. I didn't want to give any advantages or anything, so I just put the team up and I just played the team. Um, became both T and Violence for that. But I did make sure it was okay with both teams, and both teams were okay with it. So we had the sub in, and I will say it's fun. It was fun but challenging to play with a team that I've never even looked at before. But anyway, we're gonna move on to introduce these two teams here. We have the Marea City Valiants played by Nevermore, who is in chat here, playing for the Rota Hilfa EV charity. I hope I finally say that correctly. It's been 15 weeks of this. Anyway, currently first place at 11-3, and the stats of these Pokemon definitely show that. The Mega Charizard Y being the leader of this team at 20-8, insane. I think nope, I was gonna say is the first Pokemon to get 20 knockouts, but that's false. They're the Swampert. The Iron Valiant though, right behind the Charizard at 19-6, with the King Gambit nearly at its 10 knockouts, which is at 8-3. For UU, we have the Toxapex at 12-4, and the Donphan at 3-1. For RU, we have the Shedinja, which hasn't really. I think it's shown up, but it hasn't really done anything. It showed up for 1 week and did its little tricky things, and then hasn't really been brought back there. We have the Amoonguss at 3-5, with the Mousehold at 4-4. For the NU Pokemon, we have another Baton Passer, the Ninjaska 0-1, the Incineroar, another Baton Passer at 0-0, and the Brambleghast at 1-1. And for the PU Pokemon, the Weezing at 0-1, the Minior at 0-3, Morantis at 1-2, and the Absol, which has not been used, at 0-0. This team, very strong team, and a very well played team as well.
Thank you for taking this one because I would have butchered that charity name.
I butchered it. Even Nevermore can say I butchered this charity name the first like 5 or 6 weeks that I tried. Even when Nevermore sent me the voice memo of how to say it, I still heckin' butchered it. But anyway, if you would like to introduce me but not me for this week.
You, but not you. Okay. We have Tea and Violence, normally played by Bun, but again, this week...
Played by the other Bun.
Step in.
By the other Bun.
Yeah, the other Bun.
The Nui.
One of the other Buns.
Yep.
Isn't Hazel also?
Hazel also the Nui.
Yeah. They are playing for Canine Companions and are sitting in 12th at 6-8. Their Mega is Aerodactyl at 10-8. Their OUs are Ursaluna at 6-7.
6-7.
I know you want to. I was gonna say. I know you want to say it. And Fable at 8-5. Their UUs are Infernape at 6-2, and I always have a hard time pronouncing this name. Sinistcha?
Sinistcha.
At 4-3. And their RUs are Noivern at 0-2, Cyclizar at 0-0. I don't know if
it's not been brought yet.
Okay. And Rose Raid at 4-2. I'm now noticing the thin lines between the tiers are kind of hard to see on the background.
Are they?
A little bit.
That's fine.
For NU, we have Bronzong at 3-9, Torterra at 2-4, and Basket Legion, male Basket Legion, there's a distinction, at 4-7. And for PU, we have Rotom Mao.
Mao.
At 2-6. Zoroark at 0 and 3, Whimsicott at 2 and 1, and Vikavolt at 1 and 1.
This Aerodactyl chat, it's like one of I think it's like one of the fastest Pokemon in this league. It's insane and absolutely terrifying.
So I am, if things go well during the bracket, and depending on what order battles end up happening in, I am excited for the bracket, partially because of Fun and a few other teams, because there are teams that I just have not battled because of the substitutions.
Yeah, like Sylvie too. Like we're hoping like it'll be cool if we can get Max and Bun also to get an official battle during the playoffs. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, a scary potential team against a scary potential team. Let's look at the starting lineups of these two teams right now. For the Marea City Valiants, we have the Iron Base, the Iron Valiant. We have the Mega Charizard Y, the Toxapex, the Amoonguss, King Gambit, and Donphan. And for the T and Valiants, which is hello me right now, Clefable, the Rotom Mo, the Basker Legion Male, Ursaluna, Bronzong, and the Mega Aerodactyl. I think I got the nicknames correct, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get into this battle, and yeah, let's get into it. The Marea City Valiants are going to lead with the Donphan, with the Team Valiants leading with the Bear, with the superpower doing a lot of damage to the Ursaluna. The Trailblaze being set up by the Ursaluna as well to boost the speed, with the Guts being activated because of the burn. They switch out into the King Gambit with the Facade doing some good damage, but not quite enough to knock it out, with the Sucker Punch being able to outspeed and take down the Ursaluna. The Fable comes in as Pikachu. With the switch into the Amoonguss, the Flamethrower is going to hit, doing some decent damage to the Amoonguss, but not really too much. With the Stealth Rock being set up by the Clefable. The Spore, though, is going to be used by the Amoonguss to put the Clefable to sleep. Sleepy. And switches into the Bronzong with a Sludge Bomb being an immune hit because of the Steel typing. The switch back into the Donphan with a Zen Headbutt doing some good damage to the Donphan. The Rapid Spin, though, is going to be able to clear the stats off the field, but the Gyro Ball is going to hit and take down the Donphan. The Charizard comes in, the Mega Evolution comes through, with the Weather Ball being able to take down the Bronzong. Aerodactyl comes in, we switch into the Toxapex from the Charizard, though, with the Mega Evolution coming through, and the Stone Edge doing some decent damage, but not really too much. The switch, though, back into the Clefable with a Toxic failing because of these Sleepy Sleeps. And the switch back into the Amoonguss here with the Clefable staying Sleepy Sleeps. Sleepy Clefable. I was going to say asleep with the Sludge Bomb, doing some good damage to Clefable there. The Sun does. The Clefable wakes up with the Stealth Rock then being set up with another Sludge Bomb hitting it, bringing it to 3% of its HP. But the Moonlight's going to heal it back to over half its HP. But the Sludge Bomb is going to bring it back to 5 HP. For the switch back into the Aerodactyl to hit the resistant hit. Toxapex comes back in with a dual wing beat hitting, getting the 2 hits and doing a little bit of damage, but not too much. With a dual wing beat coming in again, getting 2 hits, doing some pretty decent damage there, with a Toxic then being set up by the Toxapex. The Baneful Bunker, though, is going to land, with a dual wing beat, of course, being protected because of the Baneful Bunker. But we switch into the King Gambit here, the Streaming Overlord. But the Fire Fang prediction is going to come through and take down the King Gambit. The Toxic slowly chipping away at the Aerodactyl, though. Toxapex getting hit by the South Rocks, with a Baneful Bunker being used by the Toxapex. But the Roost is going to bring the Aerodactyl back to full HP. The Toxic, though, is chipping away at this Aerodactyl pretty quickly now. The Dual Meat is going to hit, doing some good damage, bringing it to 7 HP. But the Recover brings it back to over half its HP. Chat, I hate Toxapex. The switch into Clefable, though, with a Baneful Bunker failing because of the switch in. They switch back into the Amoonguss, though, with a Moonlight now being used to bring it back to 55% of its HP. Flamethrower is going to hit, doing some chip damage to the Amoonguss, with a Spore putting it back to sleep. This Clefable just likes to nap right now. The Sludge Bomb is going to hit, doing some good damage, bringing it to 8% of its HP. But it's going to wake up and going to go for the Moonlight to heal it back up to 58%. The Sludge Bomb brings back to 6 HP, though. The flamethrower is going to hit, which means the Clefable is going to go to sleep. He's going to stay asleep. Little sleepy Clefable with Sludge Bomb now is going to be enough to take it down. The Aerodactyl comes in, the switch back into the Toxapex, which is now full HP because of the regenerator. Dueling Beat is going to miss, unfortunately. The Baneful Bunker is going to come through with a Roost, bringing the Aerodactyl back to 90% of its HP. And the switch into the Rotom Mao. The Haze, though, is being used, which didn't do anything with the Volt Switch now, doing a little over half its HP, switching back into the Aerodactyl with a Toxic, not working because of the already Toxic status. The Baneful Bunker is going to come through again with the Roost, bringing it back to full HP. The Dueling Beat is going to hit, bringing it down to 17 HP. However, the Recover. I think this is where I say in chat, I hate Toxapex. Yeah, that's what I said in chat. Like, chat, I hate Toxapex. And the Toxic is going to fail. The Dueling Beat is going to connect again, doing some damage. But the Toxic is, of course, going to fail again. The Baneful Bunker is going to protect it from a Roost happening right there. Toxic's chipping away a lot of this damage. Dueling Beat is going to hit again, bringing it to 7% of its HP. And the Toxic is going to be set up. Now, Aerodactyl's in pain. Dueling Beat is going to take down the Toxapex, but the Toxic is going to take down the Aerodactyl. Rotom comes in with the Mega Charizard coming in, taking a lot of damage from the South Rocks. But the Weather Ball is going to outspeed and take down the Rotom. With just Basket Legion left. And the Solar Beam is going to connect, and it's going to be enough to take down the Basket Legion. The Marea City Valiants bringing in the win. Good heckin' game.
I'm kidding about that being a long battle.
I told you.